Hi guys, a few days back I made this car out of 2 sheets of A4 paper, and it has wire axles because that's what I was asked to do. The next question came back, could I make it entirely out of paper? In other words, without the wire axles. That should be fairly straightforward. Instead of the wire axles, I'll just have to wrap some paper into a very thin tube to make the axle. So that's what I'll try and do. I'll make some wheels first. They're just discs of paper glued together with a glue stick, and then we'll see what we can do. That's my 8 discs. I'll now glue them together so we have 4 wheels, and I'll also use these bits from the middle to give them a bit of extra thickness. I'll leave these to dry. I'll put something flat on top to hold them so that they don't warp as they dry. Now we need to make the axles, so I'm just going to wrap some paper around this barbecue skewer so that we have some thin tubes. Longer pencil, that'll do for the chassis members. We'll leave them to dry for a while. Now we need to join these together, and use the bits of paper that are left over to do that. Little U-shaped pieces like that. Glue them round there. Now we're going to try and put the wheels onto the axles. The wheels haven't dried perfectly flat. They've got a bit of a curve to them, but I expect they'll still work. Use the hole in the middle that we marked with the compass. Then we'll open it up a bit. Well, that's what we've got to work with, so we'll see how we get on. when you make the hole, it does push a little bit of an edge through, and that should help us to glue it onto the axle. Well, that's our all-paper car. I shall leave that to dry a little bit and then we'll try it out. Just before we leave the work table, I'll just point out we still have a complete sheet of A4 untouched. So this car is made from one sheet of A4 paper, and we've got a few tiny little bits left over. Test run time. The target is for it to go 2 to 3 feet when you push it. On the floor of my kitchen I've got some red tape, a long piece there and a smaller piece just where the car is. They are 1 metre apart, so if it runs that distance it's gone more than 3 feet. So we'll try that. No trouble at all. Now I'll stick my little handheld electric fan on it and see if it's got enough strength to carry the weight of this and go along through my kitchen. If it does go, I'll pick up the camera and chase it. It's building up some speed. Well, that worked absolutely fine. Probably be better if I actually taped it in place, but I just rested it on top. So there we go, a paper car made from one sheet of A4, and it's strong enough to take the weight of that handheld electric fan. Job done.